How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Strictly Nintendo. It's been a while, and I apologize for that. Things have just been insane lately. I'm just swamped right now, and there are some things I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to have to kind of barrel through this because I don't have a whole lot of time, but there's just a few things that I wanted to talk about really quickly. And start off with why I haven't reviewed the Switch yet. I'm planning on doing that hopefully end of this year, first of next year, somewhere around that time. But it's not necessarily because I've been so swamped. It's more so because I feel that I can't. I feel like there's too many features that we know about and that we don't know about that are coming to the Switch that we haven't experienced yet. We haven't really experienced the online services and how that's going to evolve, or how My Nintendo is going to be integrated into the system. We don't know really all the games that are coming out. I mean, just this week, right? We get the surprise about LA Noire, which I'll get into in a minute. So there's a lot of stuff coming out this year that we don't know about it. Plus, we don't know about next year. There's all that. There's also the fact that I don't feel like we've had enough ground up experiences. And what I mean by that is a true, a true solidified franchise, right? I know that really the first ground up experience for the Switch would be ARMS, right? But ARMS is a new IP. Whereas Splatoon, we've had a previous version, and Splatoon 2 solidifies it as a first party franchise, and Splatoon 2 was built from the ground up for the Switch. So I think that that's really the first ground up experience we had. Obviously, Zelda was a port of Mario Kart 8, Lego City, all that stuff. So I really feel like we need more first party ground up experiences to really understand what the console does and how it performs. When you compare Splatoon 2 to the original Splatoon and that experience on the Wii U versus the experience from the Switch, you get a better idea of what the Switch can do. Same thing with third party. I want to see what third parties can do with the system, and I want to see what second parties can do with the system. Obviously, was Fire Emblem Warriors coming out, things of that nature. I want to see what can happen in those realms, and really get a sense of what the console offers, and then also know more about the games that are coming out, what features or what experiences we're going to be able to have coming 2018 and beyond. We know there's Shin Megami Tensei. We know there's Metroid Prime 4. We know there's a Yoshi. We know about some stuff, but we haven't seen these games. We don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, there's just too much unknown, and it's just too much in the infant stage of the console for me to really feel like I can really give a true assessment, a true review of the console. However, first impressions positive. I think more so than anything, I was more concerned with the home console experience. Would it be authentic? And after I brought it home on launch night, I plugged it up, put in Breath of the Wild, sat down with the Pro Controller and started playing for the next 6 hours. I never felt like I wasn't experiencing a home console experience. And that was really nice. And then when I started playing more in the mobile realm, it was, it seemed so natural, and it was really cool. Now, I don't play mobile too much. I mostly play in docked mode. It's mostly like Snake Pass or Infinite Mini Golf or RBI Baseball, which, yes, I know that a lot of people will say that's too simplistic of a game, but, I think for those of us, again, going back to nostalgia, I think those of us who played the original RBI on the NES, it has an appeal, an allure to it. But it's mostly games like that I play in portable mode, and when it comes to major games like Mario Kart 8 or Splatoon 2, Zelda, Fate Extella, so forth, those are the games that I play in docked mode to get that home console experience, because that's what I'm most interested in. And, getting on to obviously the surprise of LA Noire, that's awesome. That was something that I saw on the Twitter feed and was shocked about. Pleasantly so, because this is the first time since Chinatown Wars and on the DS, 3DS, and Bully on the Wii U, or no, excuse me, the Wii, that we've had Rockstar games. There was no love from Rockstar on the Wii U at all. So it's nice to see Rockstar coming in. Obviously, the Switch is doing its job by being extremely popular, and we heard that the CEO of Pokemon Company was surprised, thought that it wasn't going to be successful. Some Nintendo insiders supposedly thought that it wasn't going to be successful. Nintendo apparently, from what I understand, thought that they were going to be able to ship, be geared up to ship 10 million units in the first year, which would be a feat in and of itself, considering that over 4 years the Wii U only did 14 million. So they were geared up to do like 10 million, and apparently it's like, hey, there's 20 million people that want the console. So it seems like everybody's blown away by the Switch. And I get it. When you have something like LA Noire, or you have something like Minecraft or Skyrim, and being able to play it in docked mode, having that home console experience, but more importantly, being able to play it anywhere. That's the cool factor. And I get it, even though I'm really not much into the mobile side of that. I rarely do that. But it's really cool, and then to see unique features for it, specifically for the Switch, having dual Joy-Con support, having HD rumble support, having a motion control support for the Joy-Cons, and I think even the Pro controller, as well as touchscreen support. For mobile, when you're playing mobile, having the touchscreen. So it's really neat to see that, and I think that if it does well, we'll see more Rockstar support. And it would be kind of cool if we saw Rockstar get pleased by LA Noire support, and they maybe bring something like GTA Online to the Switch. Which, I mean, if you had something like that to be able to play in docked mode on the internet, be able to play wirelessly, in tabletop mode with like 8 friends in a circle, or even do like a LAN party, that would be a really cool experience to have. Now, obviously, third-party the developers have to do their job and bring quality games and give us a reason to buy their games. But if they do that, obviously with the success of the Switch, we're going to see more third parties getting interested, and we're going to see more third-party games, which we see in the first year. And now I've got a list here, and obviously these aren't all the best games, or even some of you may not even like it or think that they're the best examples, but these are the ones that I'm listing off mostly because they were ones that I was interested in or am interested in. And you have Skyrim. Obviously, if Skyrim does well, we're going to see more Bethesda support, and I hope we do. Payday 2, yes, I know that that's an old game, but it's a fun game, and to see that come to the Switch and be able to have that experience in a portable fashion is really cool. Lego Worlds, which I'll talk more about in a minute. Lego City, obviously, even though it's a Wii U game, and I played it on the Wii U, I don't own it for the Switch, it's still a great game, and I wanted to see it be successful on the Switch as well. LA Noire, which we just found out about, which would be great to see more Rockstar support. Minecraft, of course. Rayman, of course. Fate Extella, which is a phenomenal game, by the way. I Am Setsuna, which is a phenomenal game as well, and equally as dark as Fate Extella. And by the way, on a side note for I Am Setsuna, if you're like me and you're a collector and you like to have the physical copy, and now, thankfully, Nintendo did not region lock the Switch, you can buy the physical copy from overseas, get the Japanese version. It does work. You just plug it in and it just automatically switches to English, or I think it also supports French, Russian, and Spanish, and possibly German, something else. But having it not region locked is a great thing. I've got my copy from Play Asia. They shipped fast. Great communication. Play Asia is a solid place if you're looking for a place. I'm sure you already know that they're a great place to order games from, but just another person throwing their hat in saying, yeah, they're great. I'm going to order from CD Japan as well soon to give them a try. And then Binding of Isaac. So right there, that's in the first year of the Switch. So Skyrim, Payday 2, Lego Worlds, Lego City, LA Noire, Minecraft, Rayman, Fate Extella, I Am Setsuna, and Binding of Isaac, just to name a few, in the first year of the Switch. That's a good bit of major third-party support. I know that Binding of Isaac's more of an indie game, but I think it's important enough and a loved enough game to be considered a significant third-party release. So, that's a lot of third-party support in the first year. And yeah, I know not all of them are new games. Obviously Fate Extella is, I Am Setsuna is, Lego Worlds is, but, a lot of the other ones are older games, or remakes or something of that. And that's fine, but these are the things of, hey, the Switch is doing really, really well. let's put out these remakes. We were going to anyway because, Lego Worlds is on the other consoles. Payday 2, I think, is coming out remastered on the other consoles or being re-released. Minecraft, obviously, is on all the other consoles. The LA Noire remake is going to be coming out on the other consoles as well. So, and then there's Skyrim as well, even though the Skyrim version on the Switch is a different version from the remastered. But it's one of those things, it's like, well, they were already going to do it, right? So why not? Why not just bring it to the Switch, test the waters? We're in the infancy stage. I think 2018 is a more important year for the Switch. I really do. So it's a matter of if the Switch continues to be successful, if Nintendo can do their job, which I think, honestly, releasing in March was a great idea because, one, all us hardcore fans were going to buy it, period. Okay, we were going to buy the Switch, and Nintendo knew that. And I think that, obviously it's going to be October with Super Mario Odyssey, and it's going to be November and into December, into the winter holidays, that's going to be really the true launch, really the true, propelling the Switch to the main stage and to the focal point, putting it front and center. And I think that it gives Nintendo plenty of time, A, to work out bugs with the operating service or system, bring online services to the system, be able to have a back catalog of games so that people who get it aren't bored, once they, you get it with Super Mario Odyssey and you beat that game, well, now what else is there to play? Well, there's a crap ton of games that came out before Mario Odyssey that you can play, and there's more games coming out towards the end of the year. Plus, you have 2018 to look forward to. I think that it would give them time to, work out the supply chain, making sure that they have plenty of time for the holidays and to keep that stock rolling. I think obviously they got blindsided. They were shooting big for 10 million, and apparently it's 15, 20 million people now want it, so they're having to increase production even more. But I have seen more and more stock available as of since July, since Splatoon 2 came out. It seems to be easier to get. So it's nice to see all these things, and I think I don't know if that was the intention of Nintendo for releasing in March, but I think that at least plays to their advantage, being able to have that back catalog built up, being able to work out system bugs, issues with the operating system, being able to bring online services, hopefully be ready for the winter holidays, roll out like streaming services or something that's going to hopefully an internet browser would be nice, to be able to bring more to the system, and then make sure that more is available as far as actual stock for people to purchase it. So I know we're talking about a lot of stuff, but there's one last thing I want to talk about, since I've already overloaded you with way too much information or way too much of a discussion, and that's Lego Worlds. I got it on launch day on September 5th. Played it. I'm not too fancy on the the adventure game where you're trying to go through each of the worlds and solve puzzles and collect the gold bricks and everything. I'm not a huge fan. It's not bad. I enjoy the sandbox mode more. Of course, we were probably all a little shocked and surprised to see that there is no option for online play. Which, what's the point of a game like an open world, random gen open world sandbox game like this if you can't play online? And it's kind of interesting because I was a little bit confused, wanting to play some online, and I went on searching the web, come across Lego World's Twitter page, and people were reporting this or that, hey, I got it, it's cool, whatnot, and then of course you finally get to the post of, hey, how do you join online? And then Lego customer service is like, oh, that's a great question. You go and when you go to load your game, you select continue game online or start new game online, and people are like, well, that option's not there. I can't get it to work. And finally they replied back, oh, well, if you're having issues, contact our customer service. Well, I thought the whole point of your customer service Twitter account was to provide customer service and not tell people to contact customer service. But somebody did that. Somebody by the name of Mark. I'm not going to say their last name because I don't know if they want. I mean, you can go look at the tweet thread on the Lego Worlds official Twitter page. But somebody replied saying, hey, I reached out to their customer support, and this is what I got back, and as a screenshot from his phone. It said, greetings, Mark. We would like to thank you for contacting us. Unfortunately, LEGO Worlds should not be officially released until September 8th, 2017. Well, then why was it on the shelves in the 5th of 2017? September 5th, 2017 was when I bought it. It's not officially released until the 8th. Why was it on the shelves 3 days before it wasn't officially released? And it says a patch should, not a patch is, but a patch should be released tomorrow, 9/8/2017. Which will that will include the online multiplayer. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. If you have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us. So again, you buy a game at retail on the 5th, you pay the $39.99 for it. It comes with download code that you can then log into the eShop and download the 2 DLC packs for it, which I think one of them is actually not available right now. I think the Monsters one is not available. But the DLC is, or at least one of the DLCs is downloadable. So you can buy the game on the 5th. It comes with a DLC code. You can download the DLC code on the 5th, or the DLC content, on the download content on the 5th. But online is not available until a patch is released on possibly September 8th, when the game was supposed to officially be released. I'm sorry to sound like I'm complaining here, because I know that's exactly what I'm doing, but this is stupid. I'd expect a little bit better out of a LEGO game, as weird as that sounds. This is like, again, something stupid that like EA would do. Rush out a game. Oh, we can patch it later. The whole point of the game is to play with friends. The whole point is to play in an open world sandbox game and just create nonsense with your friends. It's Minecraft in a Lego skin, okay? So one of the key aspects of this game is to have online play. And it's not going to be available until a possible patch that is being released on the 8th of September, because that's when the game was supposed to officially release, yet you were able to buy it and get the DLC downloaded on the 5th. That is, I'm sorry, that's stupid. That being said, after me being a whiny little butthole and ranting about that, that being said, the game is absolutely fun. The open world, just doing whatever the hell you want to, building whatever you want to. When I played my first sandbox game, I built a castle that was floating in the sky. I then got a flying V guitar, played that on top of my castle after taking a Viking sword and destroying some skeleton bad guys, and then I hopped on the back of a bald eagle and flew around the world. That's the level of absurdity that I love. So I do have high hopes for the game once we can actually truly experience it. Yeah. So there you go. LEGO Worlds it seems like it could be a cool game, and I think it will be a lot of fun eventually. Come tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just a stupid way to release a game. Anyway, whining aside and everything, I gotta go. I've rambled enough. I've thrown so much information at y'all and everything. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about a few things that I've been excited about and that I'm kind of bursting at the seams to share with people, my fellow gamers. So anyway, that's it. I gotta go. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do another video, but I'll do one as soon as I can. I miss all of y'all. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care. All right, bye.